Let's talk about Obamacare lie number 2. Let's call it the Cadillac Screw Job. Most recently, people are focused on individuals who have lost their coverage. And Obama famously said, if you like your insurance, you can keep your insurance. Now, right now, we're just focused on those who have gone into the private market or individual market and bought their insurance. The truth of it, and this is the lie number 2, is that we are losing insurance for people who have employer-based coverage. And that was the whole design of this Obamacare, was to push people from employer-based insurance into exchanges, which eventually will become a single-payer system. Now, how did they do this? For those of you that have ever been aware of this Cadillac tax, now it wasn't put in place until 2018. The reason being is they realized if this happened day one, there would be a major revolt in the country. But imagine how many employees who are city, county, or state employees who are going to find out that they're going to lose their insurance. This year, the county I work for in Texas has pulled the best insurance plan we had off the market. It's like playing musical chairs. They took one chair off. Now, the only thing left that we have, we no longer have an EPO plan, which had nothing but co-pays as long as you stayed within the network, and no deductible. That isn't available anymore. The only thing we have to go to, the next lower plan, is a PPO plan, which is an 80-20 split with a modest, compared to Obamacare, it's probably nothing, seeing some of these exchange deductibles. We have a $600 deductible. Now, the problem with that is there's an increase in price. So we lost our good insurance, we're paying more, we have a higher deductible, and it's covering less. And then we have an 80-20 split. Well, that's fine if you're made of money, but what if you're just getting by? Back in 2006, I refinanced my home at the height of the market. I did so that I can pay some federal taxes that I owed because the market was going good and the government wants its money. So I took equity out of my home. I refinanced. Within 1 or 2 years after that, I was far under water. My home, what I owed on it was far more than what I could get if I sold it on the free market. Strategic foreclosure was a real option. But instead of bailing out and sticking it to the bank, I followed through on my commitments. And that meant a lot of times I would go months without going out to dinner. I haven't been on a vacation since 2006. So here we are, we're cutting corners, just barely getting by. And the fact of the matter is, the reason I did my county job wasn't because I loved it, but because the compensation was fair and the health insurance was outstanding. And for me, that's important because I have a wife who has a lot of medical needs. So you put the package together, I'm able to pay my bills. Now, granted, I eat a lot of beans and rice at the end of the month, but I meet my bills. So in comes Obamacare. Now I'm not going to be able to afford it. I don't understand how I can pay more money, all of a sudden have a deductible, and then an 80-20 split when I'm barely getting by right now. So this Cadillac excise tax was introduced at a county meeting, and it was like they were talking in code, like we couldn't figure out what they were talking about. One of the board members said, well, how far along are we to our eventual problem in 2018, which is the Cadillac tax when it takes a hold? And the person speaking said, we still have to make some adjustments by that time, or the county will incur $5 million charge because of the Cadillac tax, which means the plans that we have now, the good plan's already gone. The middle of the road plan is still over this Cadillac excise tax limit. So they still have to make adjustments. So next year, another chair will be pulled out. It might not be next year. It might be the following year. But another chair is going to be pulled out. Eventually, we're going to have the option of working for the county and jumping into the exchanges and have the same insurance. That's what everybody means when they say this was always a design to a single payer. So the problem is the Democrats who created this monster, their biggest constituents are unions. Unions have to jump in that same water, and that's not what they voted for. You know, they don't mind putting their skin in the game, but they don't want to lose what they've always collectively bargained for. So now all of a sudden they're all upset. Well, there's nothing they're going to do about it because this financially doesn't work. If you let city, county, and states off the hook, you can selectively allow a few unions off the hook, but this doesn't work unless we all jump into that pool. I don't see how I continue to pay for my house, how I continue to pay my bills when just this year I'm being squeezed this hard. Now I'm going to give it my best, but I don't see how myself and people who are in my position hold on to the bottom rung of the middle class ladder. If you think Obamacare, the lie is what you've heard in the news, this train wreck's just getting started. This train is going to hit the station, and it's going to be an ungodly mess when it does. The only way we can stop it, it's still going to hit the station, but if we start tapping on the brakes now, we have a chance to not have a colossal damage done to the American economy. I don't see how America survives with Obamacare as it was written.